Hello, believers of Christ. Hope you're doing well. So, today I'll be taking you guys through Genesis chapter 6, verse 4. And it says, "The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went to the daughters of humans and had children by them. They were the heroes of old, men of renown." That's the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. So this verse has 7 main teachings or lessons we can take away from it. The first one, spiritual rebellion has visible consequences. These unions between the sons of God and daughters of men produced giants or Nephilim, who became corrupt beings on the planet of the earth or the face of the earth. Spiritual compromise can produce chaos in society and generations. Now here we are seeing the consequences of the union between the sons of God, angels, and human women, the daughters of man. Produced Nephilim, corrupt like ungodly beings. The second teaching, human greatness does not equal godliness. The men of renown were famous and powerful, but not righteous. For example, you've heard of the likes of Zeus, Poseidon. Those are the Nephilims. Worldly success does not impress God. He values obedience and humility, as seen in Micah chapter 6, verse 8. That's a spoiler, we'll get there. The third teaching, corruption can be glorified by culture. These figures were seen as mighty and legendary, yet they were part of a world so corrupt, God had to judge it. Culture can celebrate what grieves over, as seen in Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20. That's a spoiler, we'll get there here. But corruption can be glorified by culture. These fallen beings were glorified by humans, yet they were ungodly and not accepted by God. And we have them throughout human history. They are portrayed in the ancient world, these Nephilims. They are everywhere. You see them everywhere. Even in our media today, they portray to us the Nephilims. Such as I said before, as I stated, these people who they mention, like Zeus, Poseidon, you have them. They have different names. Hades, Ares, all those are fallen Nephilim and angels. Yeah. The fourth teaching, unions outside of God's will can birth trouble. The Nephilim represent unnatural results of ungodly spiritual human unions. God's design for marriage and relationship must be honored for life and society to thrive. Yes, the daughters of men do not honor God's design for marriage and relationships. The fifth teaching, Satan often imitates God's plan with distortion. Just as God seeks to raise godly offspring, Satan tries to pollute the human line, perhaps to stop the Messiah's coming, as we saw in Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. Go check out that episode. It was such an amazing episode. We must be alert to spiritual deception in the name of power or influence as Christians. The sixth teaching, God is aware of earth's deepest corruption. Even these strange beings do not escape God's sight. Nothing is hidden from him, and all will be judged, as seen in Hebrews chapter 4, verse 13. We are all awaiting God's judgment at the end times. The seventh and final teaching, Earth's history holds lessons of spiritual warfare. This verse hints at a larger spiritual conflict playing out in human history. We must understand the reality of spiritual battles and our needs for God's protection and guidance, as seen in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. That's a spoiler, we'll get there. We as Christians should seek godliness and greatness, because true strength is in Jesus Christ. We as Christians should guard our hearts from relationships that pull us from God. We as Christians should be discerning about what and whose culture we celebrate. We as Christians should not compromise God's standards for influence or power. We as Christians should stay grounded in Scripture to avoid spiritual deception. We as Christians should remember that God sees and He will deal with all hidden evil. We as Christians should engage in spiritual warfare through prayer, truth, and righteousness. So here we see the Nephilim are introduced, unlike ungodly false beings who were wreaking havoc on the earth, and they were mighty and revered to be renowned as heroes by other human beings at the time. So That's all I had for today, guys. Thank you very much, and as usual, God bless.